Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 234. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And how are you?
I am feeling 5, 6, 7.
You're lucky I'm talking to you this week.
What are you talking about?
After what you did to me last week.
I did you a favor. I did you a favor last week, and by coming over there.
I had to hire a locksmith to change the locks. I still don't know how you got in.
Oh, I have my ways.
By
the way, that was just a waste of money hiring a locksmith since I have my ways.
I'm not even going to tell you what I had to do to the machine, but we'll get into that later. So
I kind of worry what you do to your machines too at night. So
the machines worry because they're learning.
Mm-hmm. That they are. Skynet.
So, but we're back. Yeah, we had a fun time last week.
I had a blast. It was actually, all joking aside, it was great to be back home. It was great to, see you and spend actually some time with you and record in person.
And it was most people I think we had on one episode.
Oh no, I think so, or it tied.
Oh, close. Yeah,
I think it may have tied the number of people. I think we had 4 once. But it was great. And speaking of Rich and Jack, thank you so much for joining last week. I know that I know you guys had a good time, and I had a great time seeing you, and I'm sure Larry, you had a great time talking with him.
I had a blast. Yeah, definitely. Making new friends. Well, me and Rich have known each other now for a while. Me and Jack becoming good friends. I'm already buying stuff off of him, so that's good. He doesn't even sell stuff. He's just
no, I know,
you got
but
that? You using it?
He's slowly educating you, on the things that you should buy instead of the stuff that you do buy.
That Mr. project,
yes,
it just replicates. That's not replicates. It's the arcades. I think I'm definitely gonna be like, listen, just make me one. I'll pay you for the parts. I'll pay you for some labor, and be able to get that onto the screen to have arcade quality games. I mean, I've had a MAME emulator before because Cat's out of the bag now, and the MAME emulators are cool. In fact, it was the only way I could play that true Ms. Pac-Man. Mm-hmm. I don't like saying her name in front of you now.
Why?
The true way through MAME, but sorry. To have that.
Did I soil her for you?
To have that Mr. As usual, they're just ripped from my hands. But Jack's doing amazing stuff with all that, and Rich is so much fun to talk to. Me and him, we mended the fence after telling me his limited run that he ordered while he wore through limited run. It burns, but life goes on.
I was just gonna say there are many things that burn in life, but
true.
I think you need to get over your limited run vendetta.
No. With that being said,
it's like the Sheldon Cooper Will Wheaton vendetta from Big Bang Theory.
No, it's like the Larry Mormon Will Wheaton
vendetta.
Because yes, I've had an altercation with Will Wheaton, and that is 100% true. Actually, remember, I've had 2 altercations with 2 separate Star Trek Generation actors.
Yes, and remember when I told you if you're the one getting in all the altercations, maybe it's not them?
I have witnesses. I know it's not me. I know it's not me.
Sure.
Find out in October when I finally return to conventions.
Oh my! I feel bad for the celebrities. At some point, they'll just put a poster up of you on the wall.
It's always the same thing. It's just what's her face from Night of the Living Dead coming to get you, Barbara. Mm-hmm. I think she shows up every year.
Oh,
she's still alive. I don't know. Anyway,
I would think it was late. That movie was late '60s. She could be.
So speaking of limited run and purchasing, yes, folks, and I know all hat and no cattle will be happy to hear this. I made another purchase.
Of course you did.
And I pre-ordered another new system.
What?
But
wait. Is it an original? I'm sorry, my cat's running around like a crazy person.
Because now you can hear everything a lot clearer.
Well, he literally woke me up at 4 a.m. right here in my ear, just meowing in my ear. And I just look at him and I'm like, what? And then he goes, meow, and walked away. And I'm like, what was the point of that?
Human, where's my food?
He didn't even want food. He just wanted to wake me up and then he left. This is what I deal with on a daily basis. Was it an original console, like a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis?
No,
Okay.
I heard him too, though. No, it is not.
Okay.
It is
What
the
did you get this time?
new, and I pre-ordered
Ooh,
this.
ooh, ooh, you got your Polymet. Oh no, you canceled that.
I canceled mine, and you better update yours.
You know what? At this point, they can send it to my previous address. I just don't care. I have no idea where I'm going.
I have ordered, and I've ordered a product of theirs before, and I ended up canceling it for no other reason. I just needed money.
Mhm.
I pre-ordered the Evercade Versus console.
Ah, okay. I can understand that one.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I'm getting a
because
positive feedback here.
no, because you know what? That one actually looked to me like a solid console, and I liked the games that were coming out for it. I like the fact the other thing about it is that they're supporting it. In other words,
Yes.
they keep releasing games for it. So for that reason, I'm like other ones, like I think you get them for like a nostalgia reason, but then like there's really no support beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, like, it's nice to see that they're still that they're regularly releasing new
Yeah,
games
I mean,
for it.
they already have their little. The Evercade is a portable system that you can
Mm-hmm.
hook up to the TV. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But now the Evercade Versus is like a dedicated console to hook up to the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Takes the same cartridges as the other Evercade. I got the Founders Edition, of course.
Of course.
So that's going to come with 5 cartridges. The system itself is going to be all black. The controller is all black. I
Okay.
think numbered.
Cool.
My name will be in the credits somewhere of the
Of
Evercade
course it will be.
Versus. And then, certificate of authenticity and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It comes out in November, and it should come out in November because, again, technically the system's already out. Evercade has already put out their systems.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't heard a bad thing about Evercade so far. If you're ever looking for something quick, and I'm talking full library, there he is.
He's done running around.
That's it. He's going to fall asleep now.
Mm-hmm.
You should wake him up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I really should. I should just run over and like scream in his ear.
Folks, if you're not looking to get deep dive into these old systems or mods or anything, honestly, I mean, I think you can buy them on Amazon here in the U.S. It is a UK product, so admittedly, it's like 180 pounds. So do the conversion.
It's about the weight of my cat.
But if you're looking just to play games, I highly recommend Evercade because the carts they come out with, they're legit. Like Ant said, they're legitimate carts from Atari, from Interplay, from Data East, and there are multiple games on a cart. So it's really cool to get. I highly recommend it. And the Evercade Versus, and I'll talk more later in the year when I finally do get it. I think it's going to be really cool because there's a lot of games on the Evercade that are so niche. I don't think they're going to come out on other systems. That's cool just to have on the Evercade.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like about it. Like even like when the Evercade first came out, and I was like, these first 6 cartridges that were coming out with it or whatever they were.
I think they were Atari or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they had some really solid games on them. So I love the fact that they're No, I can justify it. I don't know if I can justify it. The Founders Edition, which I'm sure cost a lot more than the actual regular just console.
Well, yeah, because I think it comes with an extra controller and the 5 games. So
right, because you need that extra controller for your invisible friend.
Wow. Wow.
What's his name again?
Larry 2.0.
Oh no! Trust me. No. You work in Kingdom Hearts world. It's like Larry 0.74.
Someone said to me, they're like, "What are you doing?" Because the conspiracy theorists, with everything going on today. He's like, "You're just giving it to the government. They're gonna take you. They're gonna clone you. You're gonna disappear, and they're gonna deal with Clone Larry." And I'm like, what is Clone Larry going to do? What could he possibly do that would make my life better, to appear better, if I disappear and Clone Larry shows up? He's going to be very bored and disappointed.
Mm-hmm. True story.
Stupid Frank. So in any event, all right, so now I have the Arcade Versus on order.
Okay.
I have the Analog Pocket on order.
Okay.
I have the Intellivision Amico on order.
Oh boy.
Wait a minute. The Amico was supposed to come out already.
Uh-huh.
It was supposed to come out on tax day.
Well,
Like the normal
It
tax day, not the new
right,
May
not the
tax
late
day.
one. Well, it's late. You might want to contact them about
And
that.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, you should definitely contact them about that.
I just thought of that. Hopefully they'll say something at E3.
Yeah, like, hey guys, sorry the Amico's running late.
I completely lost my forgot. All right, whatever.
I know, and to think you're being robbed of the joy of playing it for 10 minutes and then putting it next to the Atari VCS where it collects
You know,
dust.
where's all your stuff?
My stuff is all packed very neatly in boxes, ready to go to its next location.
Okay,
Destination TBD.
at least mine's out on display.
Okay. Mine was out in a really sweet display, if you do not remember.
It was actually, yes.
It was a great display.
It was a very cool display.
And I think I shed a tear when I took it apart.
No.
But so is life. Such is life.
All right.
Anyway, all right. So,
it,
another console to collect us for you.
Yep.
What else is next? Well, actually, several. The way you just said it.
Yeah. No, we got some other stuff coming up. Some other news coming up. I do want to mention one thing though, real quick. Something that I did a couple days ago, and I'm just very happy that pretty much they're all back up and running. Obviously, with states with their guidelines and everything. But this past week, I went back to Barcade.
Yes,
for the first time since the pandemic.
And how was it? Oh, by the way, I still have tokens in my car.
Oh my God, so did I, and I still have tokens left, and I played a lot of games.
Yeah. Oh, but mine are the LA one.
Oh, don't matter. They're all the same.
Oh, they're all the same.
They're all the same.
Yeah, they're just sitting in my car.
I went to the Williamsburg one, the original one,
Mm-hmm.
and I just, I'm not going to get into arguments of whether they should have opened, should have closed. I'm not saying that, but the fact that they're reopened now, they had here in New York limited hours, but I think those are going to get lifted soon, so they'll be back to basically normal hours.
Very cool.
But just to walk in there, it was just so cool to be back in that atmosphere and to be back at Barcade, who, since they were closed and everything, and they've been reopened for a while, don't get me wrong, but as slowly as things get lifted, it's feeling more and more normal.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see them back. I know they're opening a Detroit location very soon.
Oh, very nice.
Speaking of LA, I think LA is going to be reopening soon as well, I believe.
I think everything in LA, I want to say like June 15th is going to be reopening.
Okay.
Like for the most part, like I think they're lifting all the mandates and stuff.
I mean, there may be some limited hours and stuff, but still.
Course.
All the other locations,
as far as I know, before you walk.
True. All other locations, I believe, are open, maybe with limited time. But so walking in again, that atmosphere is just fantastic to be back. Yes, I had my bag, my Ziploc bag of tokens that I've brought to the Manhattan location, or the Chelsea location, as they call it, in Manhattan by the Garden.
Yep.
I brought them to the Philly location, which I think is the Fish Kill location, they call it, or something like that, or Fishbone location. And I still have tokens. It's like they just keep appearing in my pocket.
Nice.
And I don't mean to keep them. It's just I thought I'd be back more often. Some of the games I played there, of course, an OG Ms. Pac-Man. Because by the time I played,
did you get the high score on that machine?
Technically, yes, because I was like the second or third person to play it for the day. But I was also already drunk, drinking by the time I played it. So
that'll do it.
I wasn't all in there. I got about 93,000, which I'll take in an inebriated state.
That seems about your average.
Played 1943. Played Tapper, original Budweiser Tapper.
Oh, I love Tapper. That was such a great game.
Games were fantastic. Some pinball. They had a cool Alice Cooper pinball. Star Wars, Ghostbusters pinball. And then, which the last time I was there wasn't up and running, but it is now, a giant Darius Burst arcade machine.
Oh.
Now, if you don't know, when I say giant, I'm talking a two wide screen long booth that fits up to 4 people that can all play at the same time. I mean, I was the only one in there, not because of any social distancing, just I was the only one playing it. But I got to play that game, and I mean, like literally having to turn your head to see the oncoming, enemies coming down the row. That's how big this game is, all in Japanese. So I didn't know what was going on.
Always good.
But it was just so much fun to play that game. So I got a cool stuff out of it. It's just the nostalgia, and again, I'll definitely be back more often. But it's happy to see them open up and Barcade back up and running. So congratulations, Barcade. Welcome back to the
Very
scene.
cool. Yes, welcome back. I am looking forward to returning to a barcade.
Yes. And then I went with my father and his friend. His friend was in town. So we went up because actually my father's godson, who my friend I've known for all his life, and my father's godson is the manager of that barcade. So I brought him in. Halfway through, I'm like, you know what? Me and my dad were here drinking and everything. Maybe I'll try and have him bond by playing a game. Like, have him play an arcade game. I'm like, Dad, do you want to play anything? No. Okay.
He sat at the bar, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Like, fine. That's cool. I tried.
He only did the bar part. And he just skipped the cade.
Well, I don't know if you remember when you were at Barcade. Remember that game? Maybe not. I think it's called Quick and Shoot or Quick and something. It was just basically like a light gun fastest draw game.
Yep. Oh, I do remember
I'm like,
that, yes.
maybe I can try and get him to play that because he's actually, real quick side note, it is kind of gaming related. We were at one of the WrestleMania accesses years ago, probably Georgia. It was Georgia. And we're walking around. The National Guard used to, like co-sponsor it or whatever. My dad being in the military. So we were walking by and like, hey, do you want to try this light gun game? I'll call it a light gun game. Basically, it was like a laser gun. You walk into this booth and you fire at the silhouettes and everything. So my dad was like, nah. And then finally kind of talked him into it. He walks in, does the light gun game, walks out. We walked back past the booth like an hour and a half later. Turns out he had the high score for the day and we won the top prize.
Wow.
Yeah. So here he is, years out of the service, and he wasn't even in there that long. I'm like, did you even play? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And we walked away with a really cool National Guard, like an official National Guard bag that had the WrestleMania logo on it that year.
Oh, that's really cool.
It was actually really cool. So, but nevertheless, so Barcade, welcome back.
Very nice. Awesome.
And we might keep this short, just let you know. So don't expect anything too major. But I want to get Ant's ideas on some things here. One of which we'll actually probably talk about here on the show in a few weeks. But this year is the 30th anniversary of Sonic.
Yes, it is.
And as always, a lot of things being planned. A lot of these companies are planning big things for all these anniversaries, as we saw with Nintendo. Dragon Quest is doing something for their 30th. And Sonic definitely no different. Except their Sonic video was only like 12 or 13 minutes. It was kind of short, but they packed a lot into it.
Okay.
Long story short, Sonic Colors.
Yes.
Sonic Colors is coming back. It was originally on the Wii and the 3DS. The 3DS version is actually more of a side scroller. I'm actually going to look into that.
But this is a new, right?
It's Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Okay, so they're building off.
It's a remaster. Yeah, it's basically a remaster of the 2010 Wii game, but the Wii game got great reviews.
Okay.
They almost compare it to almost like Super Mario Brothers, the gameplay. Because in Sonic Colors, you have these wisps that you can collect and they give you different power-ups and stuff like that. So, but, I mean, if you played it originally, you already know what it's all about.
Which I did not.
I did not either. So I'm actually looking forward to this. And these games should be coming out on all systems. Speaking of all systems, there are, which actually I did pre-order, but I canceled. Amazon has their own gaming platform.
Really?
Very much like Google Stadia.
Okay.
It's called Amazon Luna. And
Did not know this.
Yeah, no, it's been out for a while. It's a monthly service, all digital. Because you play like through like an Amazon Fire Stick or something like that. But they had like their lineup of games off the bat was a lot better, I think, than Stadia's. Because they had like Ritual of the Night, they had, I think, The Division, they might have, no, not PUBG, but they had like a lot of big games.
How is your Stadia?
It's doing good. I pay my $10 a month.
And when was the last time you played?
To be fair, it's like they don't have any really good
okay, moving on.
Exclusives. And I was going to get rid of my PS4 and my Xbox
for the Stadia.
For the Stadia, because the Stadia is nothing as far as hardware. But they're not really it's weird. They're not getting the support I thought they were going to get.
Yeah.
In all fairness, it really is a good system.
By the way, I'm just saying all of these things so Jack can take notes.
Jack is already benefiting off of this.
Yes, he is.
So
he's going to benefit even more.
Dang it. On Amazon Luna, if for the 12 of you who have it, you can start to play, I believe, as of June 1st. You'll be able to play Team Sonic Racing,
Cool.
and Sonic Forces,
Nice.
and Sonic Mania.
Oh, cool.
Sonic Mania was awesome.
Mania I like. Forces I didn't care for all that much.
And also, I think these 3 games are also going to hit PlayStation Now, if you're a subscriber to PlayStation Now.
Okay. I am not.
Cameos. Tons of cameos Sonic's going to be in this year.
These are the ones that I'm actually enjoying, like, reading about. So go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, did you see the crossover with Dead by Daylight? I think it's Resident Evil.
Resident Evil is coming to Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, that looks pretty interesting.
Very excited about that. It's Nemesis.
Yes.
It's going to be Nemesis with Jill Valentine and I think Chris Redfield.
Is it a free download? Yeah, it's like $5.
No, usually those are like $10.
Okay.
For those. Yeah.
Some of them are worth it though, it looks.
No, I mean they're a lot of fun. Like that's the reason why I still play Dead by Daylight, because all of the licenses they've been able to grab between, like, Stranger Things and Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, even though it's the bad Freddy Krueger from the remake. But yeah, like, they basically have Leatherface, like every major horror movie villain is in there, minus Jason. So it'd be cool to see Nemesis pop up in there. I can only imagine what that's going to be like when he starts running around the map, killing everybody.
Tossing you around like a rag doll.
It's exactly what's going to happen. Like when he hits you, you should just like fly across the map.
You actually get pushed out of the map and you win.
Yes.
So Sonic's going to be making some crossovers here. The official Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games game. Sonic will be in that. You'll be able, like a costume it is, not actual Sonic, because he'd beat everybody.
I was just going to say, Sonic should be in the Olympics.
Other games, as the years go on, other games will be announced. There's some Sonic themes in there in Sega's 2 Point Hospital, which is kind of like a Sims type game.
2 Point Hospital is kind of like...
it's like SimCity. Or a Sim...
Yeah, you build a hospital and then, they treat patients. It's kind of the game like... I used to play 25 years ago, Theme Hospital.
Oh, that was the one I was just trying to think of that
Theme
one.
Hospital is the one, like, and I downloaded that on Steam, so I have it on my PC because I just loved that game. I'm waiting for 2 Point Hospital. I've been waiting for it to go on sale since it came out.
I feel like every now and again it does. You just got to keep an eye out.
I haven't found it on sale yet.
Okay.
So either I've been missing the sales or they're just not putting it on sale, one or the other. Cool. But yeah, it's definitely one I would play because I loved Theme Hospital. So.
There was a teaser. It looks like Sonic's going to be making his way to Minecraft.
Yes, I saw that too. And why not? Everything else is making its way to Minecraft.
Exactly.
So, and by the way, what was the one? Did you see this other one? That there's going to be a virtual symphony performance.
Oh, I was going to get into that, but you can talk about that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So because you've been talking the whole time. So there will be a virtual symphony on June 23rd that will perform all of the iconic Sonic tracks, and it just so happens that June 23rd is Sonic's birthday. Sonic turns 30 on June 23rd.
Excellent.
Yes.
They always do good with those symphonies. So
yes, I mean the Legend of Zelda one that I went to was amazing.
Without saying.
Yeah.
Another announcement. They did not deep dive into this, but there's really not much to deep dive about other than just announcing the release. Mm-hmm. But we are going to get the unofficial title, Sonic Origins.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a compilation of Sonic 1, 2, Sonic CD, and what everyone keeps making it seem like for the first time ever, or at least for the first time in a long time, Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles.
Well, yeah, because there were licensing issues with the Sonic and Knuckles game.
Mm-hmm. Right? And I think Sonic 3 too.
And Sonic 3. So they've managed to work their way around that, and now we're finally getting to see those. So
we're going to get all those games onto one, and they've done it before, obviously, in the past, but now when they do these re-releases, like they add some stuff to them, I think they're reworking the games to be displayed in a 16:9 ratio.
Oh, cool.
Like not just stretching it. I think they're hopefully recoding it to be like that.
That would be awesome because like that's one thing like I would love to see like an original game actually stretch out properly,
Mhm.
not stretch.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Because someone from the Sonic team mentioned that. They're like, on Twitter, they're like, yes, we will make Sonic 3 in 16:9. And then I tweeted, I'm like, you're not just going to stretch it, right? Like, you're actually going to code it to work like that. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I want them to code it so you can see more of the board as opposed to, yeah.
This game's coming out in 2022, so we got time. More announcements down the road, of course. And then the biggest thing of all, which, of course, there's no information whatsoever, just a slight little tease. But we will be getting in 2022 a brand spanking new Sonic game.
Yes.
On current consoles.
Yes, and it's long overdue. It's long overdue.
Oh, very long overdue.
Yeah,
I mean,
the fact that, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Sega has kind of sat on Sonic for so long in terms of like releasing a new game.
I mean, Sonic Mania was good. Sonic Mania is new, but it harkened back to old. Yeah, you know what I mean? But this one looks like it's going to go in the way of like Sonic Adventure.
I was
like
just
an
open
say,
world
like,
almost. I want a Sonic Adventure kind of game. Yeah,
exactly. Well, I don't know if it's officially open world. The rumor is open world. But all the teaser is just like, a modern Sonic. Like I thought it was a teaser for Sonic 2, the movie.
That's like Sonic in Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? Like that's
basically.
Yeah. I would no. A Sonic open world game sounds amazing.
That would be cool.
I would definitely love that.
So again, 2022, we'll get that next year, but that's gonna be pretty cool. And then of course, just to mention, because it got leaked. I don't know if it got leaked or if they meant to do it, but we got the information, basically the story of the movie Sonic 2. Mm-hmm. No surprise to anyone. I don't think this is it's not a spoiler at all. If you saw the first movie, Tails will be in the movie.
Correct.
And if you saw some movie set photos, Knuckles is in the movie.
Knuckles is in the movie, and to my understanding, he's working with Dr. Wily.
Yes. No. If they had Dr. Wily, that'd be amazing crossover. I think you mean Dr. Robotnik.
Robotnik.
And the Chaos Emeralds make their big screen debut.
Yes, I'm curious to see how they're going to work those in.
It's basically the storyline of Sonic 3, it sounds like, or at least hugging that storyline of Sonic 3, the video game. And it's just going to be pretty cool to see, awesome to see Tails, also see Knuckles.
I want to cross.
Can
we get like a video game Avengers kind of everybody comes together?
It would be as good as Captain N.
Well, that's when you do Super Smash Brothers, the movie.
That is true. They absolutely can. There's a really cool, it's like, I don't know, 15 years old or 10 years old now, because I don't think YouTube is 15. There was a fan-made Mega Man movie on YouTube. I mean, a legit hour-long movie.
Oh, wow.
I mean, when I say fan-made, so, don't expect anything spectacular as far as the visuals.
I never do, especially with anything you recommend.
Well, but they're fun. What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
But it's really fun to watch. Again, it's a solid hour, but it's fun. Knowing that it was just fan-made, keep that in your head. Mm-hmm. But it's a good time. And I think they look like they filmed it here in New York. So.
Oh, cool.
So that's pretty cool.
No, I always like fan-made stuff. I mean, especially when it's done right. Like I still remember remember that Batman Joker short that was done years ago.
Oh no, didn't they do the one like last year or something?
There was one they did last year, but there was a really good one like years ago with the guy from Growing Pains. Playing
I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, Boner from Growing Pains played the Joker.
And he's dead.
I know, but it was really good.
Okay, I don't remember that one. I have to find. If you find that one, send me the link.
If I find that, I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Remember the Grayson trailer? Remember they were putting out fake trailers for a while because people didn't have enough money to do full movies, so these are trailers.
Yeah, that was a really good trailer though.
And everyone's like, can't wait for this movie to come out. It's never coming out.
It's never coming out. Well, I still remember when IGN did the fake Legend of Zelda trailer for April Fools.
Yes.
Also
insane.
Yeah. Insane.
All right, so
Netflix series. That's
down the road. Oh, speaking of Netflix, also Sonic coming to Netflix.
Yes.
Yep. We're getting some of that as well. So be on the lookout. This is going to be a big year for Sonic.
Yay, Sonic.
A lot happened, man, 30 years ago. Very busy 30 years ago.
Well, I'm glad they're putting some stuff out there for the 30th.
Absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of anniversaries, I think we'll get into a couple of interesting anniversaries this
Sounds
week.
good.
So I think this first one I want to talk about is probably one of the most frustrating games that ever come out on a home console.
Hmm.
That's not called Mega Man.
Ah.
One of the oddest to come out as far as the protagonists and what they are and their names. And of
Oh
course, I'm
yes.
talking about a one. Yeah. Whoop. Rewind. Try that again. A
Yes.
wonderful game that was on the NES. Also came out in the arcade for a little while. Rash, Zitz, and Pimple in Battletoads.
Yes. Battletoads. One of the hardest games to ever be released.
One of
Have
the
you ever
hard.
beaten it?
Oh God, no.
Okay. Good. Me neither.
I don't even think I don't. I'm pretty sure I never got past the second light cycle, or whatever you want to call them, stage.
Yeah. I don't remember. I remember. I want to say I remember a level where you're falling.
Well, that was a couple of them.
There were a
Yeah, you
couple of.
lower down. Yeah,
I think one of those was as far as I got in that game.
one of them led to the speed bikes, whatever you want to call them.
Yep.
And then there was another one I think later on. Maybe you went up in the other one.
Yeah. Not sure, but
No, never came close to beat.
no.
But the game was so much fun to play,
Hmm.
even with that frustration. And it really didn't take itself seriously, which was fun. I liked. Put out by Rare, same company that gave us Halo.
Yep.
And it came out in June of 1991. It's been on, again, the NES, the Genesis, the Game Boy, Game Gear, Amiga. Pretty much everyone's seen it. If you have the Rare replay on the Xbox, it has the original Battletoads on NES on that.
Which I do.
If you want, I've got it somewhere out there. Someone re-released it officially on a cartridge for like $120,
Wow.
which is a little insane.
Was that limited run?
No, it was not, thank God.
Okay.
I don't think limited run is that stupid to put it
Just
that high.
checking.
I think you can get a used copy way cheaper anyway.
That's probably true.
But this game was, and it also led to one of the most odd crossover games, but a game I love, Battletoads Double Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those weird things where it's like, how are those going to coexist together? And then it's like, oh, all right, it works great.
And
So,
they absolutely did.
yeah,
And
a lot of fun.
as much as it was popular, and it got like released on Game Boy, and it did the crossover, and they had the arcade game, there was never a sequel, which I was shocked that they never jumped on a sequel. Not even like a Super. No, they weren't on Super Nintendo, I don't think.
No, I think they just missed. I think they missed an opportunity to actually make a franchise out of it because I could have, especially when it came out, I could have seen a sequel to the game. I could have seen an animated show. Like there was a lot that could have been done with Battletoads.
We did eventually get a new Battletoads game recently, about a year or two ago on Xbox, which is a fun game to play. Still very difficult.
Yep.
But yeah, Battletoads, just again, it's one of those. It's a sadistic game that you just keep going back to, even though you know you're going to die very quickly.
Yes, but at least you try.
This is true, and trying is half the battle.
No, knowing is half the battle.
Oh, okay. Well, trying is just what you do.
No, maybe you do.
And the other game to come out, which is celebrating 35 years. June 3rd, 1986 is when this thing officially came out. It was the second, I believe it was the second game to be released on the Famicom Disk System. Of course, unbeknownst to us here in the United States and in North America, this game even existed until 1994. Super Mario All-Stars come out.
Yep.
And we were treated this brand new game called The Lost Levels. Turned out The Lost Levels is the original Super Mario Brothers 2, and it is 35 years old.
That is correct, because according to the Japanese, us Americans were not good enough to play Super Mario Brothers 2.
It was deemed too difficult for us. I feel like it's.
I love how they passed judgment.
Well, I guess it was still a little upset. So, but oh well. Super Mario Brothers 2, the original Super Mario, but not our Super Mario Brothers 2. The original Super Mario Brothers 2 is difficult, admittedly.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't think I've ever beaten it. I don't think I've ever really tried to beat it.
I think I played it from no. That's the one I haven't played yet. Remember, I keep saying that I need to play it. I've never
not even on All Stars.
No.
Really? Interesting.
No. Never played it on All Stars. Never played it. I mean, I have it for the Famicom Disk System.
You do? Actually, so do I. I don't have the Disc System, but I do have it on the thing. You have the Disc System.
I have the Disk System, and I still haven't played it. I remember putting it in to make sure it worked. But that was it.
When you go back and see it, and like it looks really like the graphics are a little bit better. Of course, it has the new poison mushroom. which was in the
Yes.
game.
Mm-hmm.
And even like the first level, though, the first level challenges you right off the bat.
Yep.
It's wicked. So I kind of don't blame them.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
like
no,
a
no.
6-year-old,
It's
I
tough.
wasn't ready for it.
Well, see, that's the thing though. As a kid, you kind of, I feel like as a kid, you are ready for it because you will just play it on repeat. You know what I
True.
mean? It's like that's what it is. It's like, you develop, you just play it over and over again until you beat it. I mean, I can't say that I do that now as an adult.
Attention span, minute seconds.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I played through it like 3 times and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't get past this. Okay, I'm done. Bye.
What I didn't realize, I honestly did not know about this till probably a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The game has 32 levels, right? It
Mm-hmm.
makes sense, right? 8 times 4 is 32. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So the first game had
You can still do
32
math.
levels.
Congrats.
Sometimes it works.
Yes.
In this game, there are bonus worlds where it brings it from 32 to actually 52 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And it is some weird ways to access this. There's a hidden world 9 if you do not use any warp zones.
Okay.
Okay, that's easy enough to do.
That's cool. Yep.
There are bonus worlds A through D if you
Mhm.
play through the game 8 times.
Who's going to play through it 8 times in a row?
Enough people, I guess.
That's just crazy.
Let's see. So so it was on the disc system, so it took advantage of that. I'm trying to see if are there any cell numbers. I apologize, I'm not pulling up any numbers real quick as far as units sold. But it was
none in the U.S.
Well, that's true. And then it was, again, ported. We got when Super Mario All Stars came out, like I said, and there was that 4th game in there, the Lost Levels.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't even remember in the beginning. I don't think it was necessarily advertised as the original Super Mario Brothers 2.
No, they sold it.
I don't think so.
No, I think what they did was I think they tried to sell it as like it was a new game type of thing, or it's like, hey, these are the levels that didn't make it into the first Super Mario Brothers. I don't think anybody really ever pointed out this is the. But again, we may not have been paying attention at the time, but this is the
Sure.
Japanese version, of Super Mario Brothers 2. So
Yeah, and and of course I took it for what it was, but it ended up being really interesting. And again, it was ported so many times. In fact, the little Super Mario Brothers Game and Watch has the original Super Mario Brothers 2 on there. So great game, one I definitely hope to beat. Long fan of the show, listener, and been on the show a few times. Charles, he loves Super Mario Brothers 2. Yep,
that he does.
absolutely loves it. So we'll probably at some point I'll get out there and I'll play it. All Stars is on the Switch, so worst case scenario, you can play it on the Switch.
You can play it on the Switch, there's something about like I kind of want to sit there and play it on the original Famicom.
I don't blame you.
Since everything's packed away, that will probably not be the case.
You're right. We've always talked about, with the re-releases like the Wily Wars coming out. Yep. Well, the Wily Wars was always digital to begin with, so there really was no original physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these, like I have the oh gosh darn it, the R-Type series. I have like a collector's edition of R-Type, which I should break out and play that today.
Yes, you should, and you should stream it.
I should, because which I'm still trying to figure out. I'll talk to you afterwards about it. But I got here. I'll show it to you. This was kind of unplanned, but I got this from Kickstarter. I talked about this before.
Yes, Shadowcast. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how that works.
My God, buy it right now. It's like maybe $40.
Mm-hmm.
It's so worth it. Really, all it is that piece right there on the front.
Yep.
You plug that into the system, and then the included USB-C wire you plug into your computer. You download their app for it, and done. That's all you got to do to at least get the recording going.
That's perfect. That's all you need.
Records like that. I went live for a little bit, a couple days ago. It wasn't advertised. I was just futzing around with it. I tried going live. See, what it does is, real quick, it tricks your computer's webcam into thinking that it's an input image.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, you can basically broadcast through Zoom like we're using now,
right.
On YouTube, on Twitch. So I tried doing it on YouTube. The problem is, though, when you record live on YouTube, because it thinks it's the webcam, it flips the image. Because when you record, you get the mirror image.
Right.
So that, and I don't know how, if anyone knows how to flip that when you're recording on YouTube, please leave it in the comments because that'd be a big help because I couldn't find anywhere where to do that. Then I moved over to Twitch, and it was recording great on Twitch. I forgot I had some sort of issue, but it was more just getting used to the system and everything like that. I was using my my Genesis Mini. I was using just to futz around with, but I definitely see the capability of using it to live stream. But to just simply record, which I'll start doing very soon, oh my God, it could not be any simpler.
Yeah.
So
okay. I will need to see you demo that, and then maybe I'll buy one for myself. That'd be awesome.
Will do.
Cool.
Other than that, is there anything you want to mention or anything that you saw?
The only other thing, I don't know why am I watching that? Just a couple of quick notes, and these are more for more current stuff.
Okay.
But your favorite website, Limited Run Games.
All right, folks, we got to go. Folks, it's been great. What do you got? I'll give it. Look, this is not my show. This is our show.
You give money to everybody else, and I just find it funny that this is where you draw the line.
I'll kick Rich off because it's not his show, but this is your show, man. So go ahead.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
No, you trust me. You kick me off. Be hell to pay. I'll be back at that apartment breaking in no time. And then you'll find all of those pop vinyls
if you
opened.
Oh, don't you dare! If you split the rent, we can talk.
Unpacked and in compromising positions.
Oh,
all right, so Limited Run, especially Mariah Carey. All right, Limited Run Games. Limited Run Games has announced a physical release of Blaster Master Zero 3 for the Switch. Now, those games, the Blaster Master Zero series, was available for the 3DS and the Switch starting in 2017. I think the first one came out, but they were only. I think they were digital only.
They were. It was one of the first games I bought on the Switch.
Yeah, so they are releasing Zero 3, so that third one, right? They're releasing a physical copy on Limited Run Games if anybody's interested in picking that up. And then the other bit of news that I want to share, which is also current news, like I said, is there is some talk going around right now. Larry, you and I have both played Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Yes,
and absolutely loved it.
Amazing,
absolutely amazing. Yep. Loved it all the way to the end. And I did everything in the game. Like I did the 100% completion. I got everything. So
I stopped.
Yeah, you stopped. Did you beat it?
No. I can't get past the carpenter.
Why not?
Because he is very difficult, and I don't even think I need to beat him to get at least an ending.
No, you really don't. But do you at least want like a hint, some help?
No.
One little note.
No.
But you're never going to go back and beat him.
I will. I get close, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, Larry. Whenever you play games, it's just always so upside down. Moving on. So
I've tried.
Oh, then you're just sad. Okay, so there's talk going around that there may be a sequel in the works to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. The game is absolutely amazing. And again, this was an indie game released in June of 2019. And it for an indie game, I mean, it did really well. Sold over 1 million copies.
Kickstarter, original
and again,
Kickstarter.
This was created by the producer of the Castlevania series.
That's why. I mean, you're right. It's an indie game, but it does not have that indie feel.
No, it definitely doesn't. It feels like a full on
game,
like full on licensed game from a major development studio.
Yep.
So absolutely amazing. If you haven't tried it, but you love Castlevania games, definitely check out Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's a second one in development, and I was very excited to hear that.
Awesome. Be on the lookout for that.
That's really all I had for news this week. I didn't really do a deep dive. I've been a little bit distracted with life.
life finds
driving back from New York to Florida.
Well, you give people headaches here in New York, and you ruin their stuff, and you play their games and.
Well, look, I accomplished everything I needed to.
Leave reminders.
Speaking of, how's your Miss Pac-Man machine doing? Or should I just call her my baby?
She's been tainted.
Oh, yes, she has.
She's been soiled.
She's been defiled.
Yes, that's the word really I was looking for. The
She was
score.
defiled to the tune of 120,440 points.
Yes, which is, and I saved it. I saved the high score. So official on my system on easy, which I think was the version that was in the bars anyway.
Yep.
Yes, 120,000 plus points. I have not been able to reach that yet on this system. I have reached it in general. I know my overall high score is about 150 or so. I may have hit 170 at one point, but here,
prove it.
100. Actually, I do. I think I have a photo somewhere.
Okay.
But of this on this system,
don't Billy Mitchell this.
On pour hot sauce all over it. Oh yes. Man, Ricky's hot sauce. But I will regain the love and trust of this wonderful woman, Ms. Pac-Man, and she will be in my heart once again.
I don't know because she's now been with somebody else, and I don't think there's any going back from her.
Damn you, Ms. Pac-Man! Why?
She just got tired of the same old thing.
Not the first time I've heard that. So anyway, we'll wrap this one up. And where could they possibly find us?
Oh God, I don't even know if they want to find us.
Just say everywhere.
You guys can find us at Facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram @RetroGamersPodcast, on Twitter @RetroGamersPod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are pretty much everywhere. Or you can watch us on YouTube and IGTV. If you want to email us, you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
And of course, post in the comments. We love hearing the comments. All hat, no cattle. I'll tell you if I cancel the order. I probably won't.
What I love about the comments is that they're all directed towards you and not me. If you ever notice that, I just laugh because I'm like, everybody's always got something critical for you.
Well, that's the story of my life, but I'm a mover and shaker. What can I say?
Yeah. Well, okay. If you say so.
I like to move towards shakes.
Well, and folks, maybe you need to move that Miss Pac-Man machine and try and beat my high score.
I will try.
It's Until then, weekend. She's mine.
And folks, we will catch you everywhere next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.